If you're looking for a blend of off-roading and luxury for a half-ton pickup truck, you don't really need to look any further. Chris and Georgie has given us the 2022 Ram 1500 Rebel Crew Cab 4x4 in your bright white here at Ferman Ram of Wesley Chapel. Luxury and off-roading capabilities, you have it. New for the year is a GT model. You're going to have a back Country Edition and a 10th Anniversary Edition, which is going to perform with more luxury styling, upgraded tech, room in the interior that's even more plush than any other truck. Plus, it still has that rugged exterior. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rods. We're going to go over all the specs and details starting now. Ram 1500 Rebel keeps its beefy looks, the blacked out mustache. You're going to have the LED headlamps. The best part about it, you have ground clearance at 9.8 inches. Transfer case and the front suspension will have your skid plates. The width, it's going to be pretty wide at 82.1 inches, a height of 77.6 inches, a sports performance hood with the 1500 Hemi e-torque badging, and it just sets a good appeal, especially when you're looking at it from the driver's seat, looking out. Everyone knows that this is a performance-driven vehicle. Everything blacked out. You got the mesh inside, and you got the gray for the Ram badging. You got your tow hooks blacked out, and I like even down here on that skid plate, they give it the silver look. So it keeps all that styling and the aggressive look. You don't really need the fenders to flare out, but you got the black that comes over those fenders with the 18-inch 5-spoke mild gloss black wheels. 14.9 inches is the front disc reading, ventilated. The rear at 14.8 inches, it's ventilated. A short and long arm front suspension, multi-link rear suspension. Both the front and the rear will have your performance tune, shock absorbers. It's going to be a better ride in the Rebel. The reason why, there's no leaf spring rear suspension. They basically have thought about everything. And if you want it even more luxurious, add the 4-corner air suspension, a length at 232.9 inches, wheelbase 144.6 inches. Off-roading, yeah, you could do that with this vehicle. Luxury amenities, you'll see what I'm talking about in the interior. 3.92 rear axle ratio, electronic locking rear axle. Everything just really has a good proportion setup on the Rebel, and nobody really complains about the styling elements because it still keeps that rugged half-ton truck look with all the amenities that mix it all in together. All the black trim across the windows. You're going to get your power side view mirrors as well, and everything just flows into these LED tail lights, park view rear backup camera, dual exhaust outlets, and this is exactly what we want when we're getting a Hemi. You're going to get a throaty exhaust note, which you'll hear in just a few minutes. Towing can go all the way up to 12,750 pounds. A payload can go all the way up to 2,320 pounds, going inside to your cargo bed at 67.4 inches long, 66.4 inches of width, between the wheel well housing at 51 inches, a height of 21.4 inches. 53.9 cubic feet is what you're getting with storage. Everything gets the black treatment. You're going to have your spare tire tucked underneath. But you know, this is a Hemi. Let's go inside and hear that exhaust note. The Ram 1500 Rebel keeps all of the elements in which we have been in love with these half-ton trucks. The only thing that I would opt for really with this particular model is a running board because you are a little bit higher up, but I like that Ram backs the performance with a 5.7 liter V8 Hemi with the e-torque producing 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque that's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission achieving 18 to 22 mpgs, a 0 to 60 just a hair over 6.5 seconds, 70 to 0 braking at 179 feet, which is super impressive considering the size of this vehicle. You got that rugged performance, you got the luxury, what you're gonna see. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2022 Ram 1500 Rebel Crew Cab as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test. Entering inside the Ram 1500 Rebel, you're gonna be getting 40.9 inches of headroom, 40.9 inches of legroom. It's a black, red, cloth vinyl 8-way power adjustment for the driver, 4-way manual adjustment for the passenger, which I always complain about that. You will be receiving, because we have the Rebel Level 1, heated front seats, a heated steering wheel, power folding mirrors with 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so it is something that I would recommend. Dual glove box starting off with the Rebel badging, so you have plenty of storage to start off on the passenger side, and another cubby area here as well. So pretty much taken care of. The dash, you're going to get the red, you're going to get the carbon fiber look, white contrast stitch work, upgraded 9 speakers with subwoofer through Alpine. It's a few $100, something that I would recommend. 12-inch Uconnect 5 with navigation. So you have the pinch, you have the swipe, click into your apps, and you can see every single thing that we have here as I scroll. And the best part about it is you can go into your vehicle settings, you can click into that reverse camera, you do have the lines, they're not moving at the moment, you have the tow line, you can click into here, it'll zoom in so you can really get easy for that tow. The only disadvantage is I wish it was a whole 12-inch screen, clicking it back into your navigation, and just a nice luxury sit design. You're going to have a lot of charging ports. 4 USB ports starting off with right here. You have this area that you can move it back and have more storage capacity with the home plug underneath it. You can move it here. You have another cup holder area that you can fit probably, I would say, a 32 ounce without any issues. A little storage bin, open up for the first tier. You got another USB port and a lot of storage. Open up for the last, and you have all the math schematics that you need for anything you're doing for construction. If you're going to use it on a daily use, it's fine because the elbow area, it's soft. You got the Ram badging here. Steering wheel is going to be leather. It's going to have the perforated accent stitch work with that red as well. Multi-function. The gauge cluster is a 7-inch TFT color display cluster. You can go through a lot of information. So you have your vehicle information page, which will go through all of your gauges, your tire pressure monitor, and everything that you need to make sure your car is in optimal driving. Off-roading pages there with the drivetrain and with the pinch and roll, so you have that taken care of as well, your fuel economy and whatnot. But you're not really going to be so concerned. This is a Hemi at the end of the day. The door panel, you're going to get harder materials on the top. You're going to get the red with the carbon fiber look, one touch up and down for the front windows. They are dual pane as well, so it is super quiet inside the cabin. 2 trays of storage. The first one, you can fit an iPad or even a tablet. The lower, probably 7 or 8 16.9 ounce water bottles. And the way you sit in the car, comfortable, you sit raised up, you can see that performance hood. Let's check out the back seats. For the back seats, I'm at 39.8 inches of headroom, 45.2 inches of legroom. Spacious is not the word we're looking for. Enormous amount of room is what we're doing. These seats do fold up at a 60/40, so you can pretty much fit anything you need inside this cabin as well. You also have a in-floor storage bin right here, which is really nice because you can open that while you're sitting inside. So if you don't want to have your electronics out and you're fitting 3 people in the back, you can easily stow everything in there. You have storage behind both of the front seats. You have your air vents in the center and another little tray that you can put another device, plus 2 more cup holders. You got that carbon fiber look. That red really does look sporty in the back as well. Elbows is going to be super comfortable. You got an area that you can fit probably a 20 ounce right here as well. The 9 speakers are integrated also behind my head. So we have them right here on that door panel. Harder materials start off. You got the carbon fiber look with that red, the door handle with the metal look. 2-tier storage starts off. The first one you can put maybe a smaller tablet, whatnot. But on the lower, you could probably fit 4 or 5 16.9-ounce water bottles. So they just give you a lot of storage capacity. It's almost like an SUV in this half-ton truck. Let's see how I look in the center. Sitting into the center, headroom no problem, leg room's no problem. I'm not really blocking the center vents. You do sit up higher in the rear than you do in the front, so you're looking over that hood, and you can fit 3 adults my size in the back without any issues. And if you just fit 2, you have so much width that, I mean, you can see how I'm sitting. You could just scoot down a bit, relax, and enjoy a ride in this Hemi. Taking the 2022 Ram 1500 Rebel Crew Cab 4x4 out for our test run. I am a big fan of the Rebel, especially when it has good styling elements and it's not over the top, especially for the price point and what you get. 8-way power adjustment, it is nice. It is a super smooth ride. It is unbelievable, especially when you're in a half-ton truck. You're expecting it to be more rigid, but you can glide over all of the imperfections, whether you get the standard suspension or you get the upgraded 4-corner air suspension. So I do like that. The set that you sit up raised up, as you can see, and you can see over every single thing need be. Plus, this is a Hemi, so almost 400 horsepower underneath that e-torque. So you can give it a go if you need, and you can just drive it normally. You can do either or, and the best part is you don't really have to worry because the vehicle has the performance underneath it. With the Rebel, I like how quiet it is and how refined the drive is, because usually when you're driving trucks lifted up this high with that much ground clearance, and this is not like an upgraded suspension, this is normal, you would hear a lot more noise. Now you are going to hear some noise. There's not really much you can do because it is a box pretty much that's lifted up. For the most part, the dual pane windows, the dampering systems that they do, it is spot on. As for the brakes in the vehicle, you're going to see it's not too much of an issue. If you need a hard brake, you can go forward and have some fun with it, or you can just ease on it because you have enough meat on those calipers. Turn radius at more or less a stop point, a longer vehicle, so about 3 lanes. Now we're going to give it some gas so you can really hear that engine, and it is beautiful. I really enjoy a Hemi engine note. The V8 rumble just sounds great, and that's pretty much all you hear is that note. So it's great with that aspect. The windows are pretty large, so as you're seeing, I mean, you can really get a lot of light inside here. We don't have any moonroof or panoramic moonroof. However, the setup that you have, this is something that you can drive every single day, and you're not going to really worry about it getting it dirty or actually getting use out of it. So this is something I would recommend looking at instead of getting all the bells and whistles sometime. Now there is 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike. Is anything more than that, I'd be buying this vehicle. The 3 things that I like is, you know, we're getting to the stages where we're not going to be receiving these big engines. And I like the fact that in the Ram and Dodge, they're just putting this big V8 5.7 liter. It's thirsty, obviously, but you know, when I push the gas in this 8-speed automatic transmission, it's ready to rock and roll, and that's what I really enjoy about it. The second thing that I like, the upgraded infotainment screen is enormous. You can see it in the back, so it is really intuitive with all the information that you have, plus you have all that connectivity with it. And it's not overpowering. It actually fits more luxurious than just like, oh, it's a tablet-based system. The third thing that I like about the vehicle is the fact that you do sit up high. It is a smooth ride. You have nice comfort in the seats, plus all those adjustments. 3 things that I dislike is no power adjustments for the price point that we're at, and that is something that's a no-no for me. The vehicle is right around $60,000, and I would like to see power adjustments in the passenger seat. The second thing that I dislike about it is they still implement harder materials, and the only reason why I'm stressing that is because how much luxury amenities that they put. Why would they mask it with harder materials? Giving it a little go around 14 miles per hour, livens up, and it's ready to go. It is super smooth. The last thing that I dislike about the vehicle is you have to add premiums in order to give you all the luxury amenities, and it's kind of sad because you're never going to get this vehicle in the $30,000 price point. A 410 pound-feet of torque, this is what happens. Pushes you back, and it's a smooth transition. The transmission itself glides. You don't feel any like imperfections in the road, nor any glitches when it's changing gears. It's just ready to rock and roll at any time. You need to push the brake, you got the brake capacity. It's a longer vehicle, so you're gonna be using the blind spot monitoring. We don't have it in this one. We just have the mirrors. So that is what I'm saying with the disadvantage. As for dynamics, if you're gonna do anything at all, it's gonna be super boaty. Don't do that. But taking it off-road, you can do that, and it's still a luxury, rugged vehicle. I'd like to thank Chris and Giorgio here at Ferman Ram in Wesley Chapel for giving us this 2022 Ram 1500 Rebel Crew Cab 4x4 for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click that subscribe button. Check out the details, the merchandise, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides.